Good evening.
Good evening.
Go back to your own country.
What the fuck did you just say?
Look Outside is not a game I would normally give any time to, let alone much attention on the channel. However, when I was first exposed to it on the Steam page, I found myself oddly drawn to the idea, the theme of a game where if you look outside for even a moment, something happens to you. I'm IcyCaress, welcome to my channel, and please join me on a deep dive into Look Outside, a game that sincerely changed my opinion on the entire top-down 2D horror genre. Yes, it is that good. You have an urge to look outside your window. When you open a game and are greeted with a message like this, obviously your first instinct is, what harm can it do? I want to look outside. Curiosity is human nature, but no matter what, just trust me when I say, don't look outside. If you resist the urge to look outside, take the opportunity to speak with your old companion. Meet Sybil. She'll be your primary source of comfort and hope in this apocalypse. Assuming you don't listen to her and look outside, of course. She'll listen to your trials and tribulations, provide commentary and recommendations, well worth checking in on frequently since she will also save your game on the harder difficulty. Before we leave our room, there are two other interactables that I should really tell you about. The first one is the computer, which will give you PTSD every time you use it. I feel you, game. Oh god, I feel you. And also a cute little plant. Don't be an asshole. Take care of the plant. Take good care of the plant. After a quick brush of your teeth and shower, because you aren't a stinky boy, are you? The main game opens up to you. You can either explore the apartments, embracing danger, horror, terror, and trying your best to right the wrongs that have infested these halls. Or you can stay inside. You have video games, things to pass the time. Sure, you'll get hungrier and hungrier, progressively more depressed for being unproductive, but it'll be alright. After all, this will all blow over in 15 days, right? Over the course of 15 days, the world, as you know it, ended. The cataclysm is over, but the nightmare is only beginning. The true death toll can never be known, but more than 2/3 of humanity is wiped out in half a month. Of the few that remain, most are transformed in grotesque ways. Those known as the Cursed are so heavily warped as to no longer be recognizable as human. The most terrible consequences of the disaster, however, are the 100 gods. 124 gargantuan monsters. Highly intelligent and powerful, utterly inhuman in body and soul. It's estimated that they alone are responsible for 1/10 of the disaster's original death toll. Some believe them to be humans who won the curse lottery, gaining powers many orders of magnitude above the others. Others think they are alien overlords left behind by the cataclysm. The 100 gods are the tyrants of the new world, and their follower cults become the closest thing to government. Rebuilding a semblance of society under the Iron Fist rule of the 100 gods is slow. Some of the cursed are lucky, retaining portions of their human sanity, but are plagued with terrible after effects. Depression, paranoia, and psychosis are common. Their integration into society is a challenge. Medicine is now in very short supply, and often has unexpected results on their strange, new biology. Nobody ever truly understands what happened. There are so many mysteries, and the new world is overwhelming. Few have the energy to look back. The one mystery in particular still eats at you. Many completely vanished on the final night of the disaster. Your neighbor Sybil was among them. The door to her home was left open. An enormous hole marks the outer wall, as if something reached down from the sky and plucked her away. What really became of her? The end. No going back. Now, I don't want to just make this another Let's Play. I won't be going through all the fights, locations, the exposition, because honestly, that's not what grabbed me about this game. Instead, I want to take you through the cast of characters, the wonderful creatures and creations brought to horrific life in this medium. This isn't just a game about you. You're the least interesting thing about this narrative. This is a game about the people afflicted by the misfortune of looking outside, how you choose to interact and react. But, as with every adventure, it all begins with one thing. Your first step. You are now exploring the apartment building. Things are quiet, too quiet, and a trail of blood extends across the floor. We'd better make sure whoever left it's okay. Bat in hand, you approach the open door. One of your neighbors is here. You've seen him before, but you don't know his name. He looks wounded. Are you hurt? Want to see. I saw it. Did you? The man clumsily conceals something behind his back. Blood trickles down his shirt. He's brandishing a knife. He stabs at himself with the knife. The blade easily shreds through his flesh, spilling forth far too much blood. I need to see. Grotesque eye peeks out of his gaping chest wound. See through. Victory isn't heralded by fanfare in this game. There's no celebration, there's no victory music, there's no cheers of children or happy hurrahs. It's just the silence, the disappearing corpse of your enemy, and the slow transition back to reality, so you can see what you have wrought. Your first enemy, many people's first enemies. A whole family had looked outside. It left them broken, and now, dead by your hand. Leaving the apartment, a nearby door lays hanging off its hinges, onlookers spilling out. What harm could taking a peek inside do? This is Vincent's place. You think he held a party recently? Loud music played the night before all this started. Vincent isn't anything special. However, it's what's in his house that mattered. His guinea pig, a cute, adorable little creature that'll be incredibly important in the future. And a lesson. It's okay to run away. Especially if you're facing something as tough as the witness. With the eyeball neighbor's padlock key, you can access the stairwell, which is just as well since every other door in this floor is locked. Surely the next floor will be less fluffed anyway, right? Ah, another lucid individual. Well then, salutations and so on. I'm Aster, an astronomer. I'm researching our astral predicament. Perhaps you could help. What is outside? It is an object passing through our solar system. An extraterrestrial phenomenon of sorts. Of this much I am certain. Any more I could not hazard to guess. We simply don't know yet. Looking at it, even indirectly, causes grave changes in living things. Even looking at a reflection warps a person. Meet Aster, one of 4 astronomers in the game trying to figure out the phenomenon, and, most importantly, your path to many of the endings of this game. Pay attention to what he has to say, especially about meeting Jasper, and move on. The first door in floor 2 is room 20. Inside you'll meet a lovely lady, Jeanne, friendly, giving you hints on how to get down to the ground floor, and asking you nicely to bring up her clothes if you make it down there. Your first indicator that perhaps not everyone exposed to the outside world is inherently broken. Don't attack her. You're not a monster. Besides, look at her. She's adorable. Room 21, as per Jeanne's instructions, is locked. No need to worry though. There's a key at the far left hand side of the hallway. Just when you pick it up, run. Run and don't. Trust me. Don't look back. Lyle's an avid photo developer, an all-around adorable fella. He offers to give you some photo paper in exchange for a smooch. Ignore all the red flags here and give him some love. Dang, he's freaking adorable. And he's a key part to the puzzle for getting the penultimate ending for the game, so it's worth a couple of kisses, isn't it? Try not to think about the fact that what you kissed definitely wasn't his lips, because those aren't made of glass. As promised by Jeanne, in the back of Lyle's bathroom is a path downward, where you'll meet an interesting lady in a pipe. Exposed to the phenomenon while stargazing, she found herself shrunk down and stuck in a little pipe. And she has but one dream: to send a letter to a man called Nestor, someone who was friendly to her earlier on. You'll make that happen, right? It's just a pen and a bit of paper. What possible harm can that cause? Just past her after, you'll find yourself on floor 1, a floor that has become twisted and corrupted by whatever phenomenon is outside. Worse, something terrible is stalking these halls. Just run away for now. Inside floor 1, in an unmarked door, you'll come across the next member of the Astronomers, Aurelius. Aurelius gives us some more background about the Astronomers, including the fact that there are not 4 members, but 5. Aster, Aurelius, Jasper, Beryl, and an unnamed founder. It was she who spotted the phenomenon first. I wonder who she could possibly be. Still, Aurelius gives us an indication of another key item we need for the end of the game. A painting of the phenomenon, so terrible that looking upon it would cause a similar effect to valuable information acquired. It's time to move on and find the painter's home. Frederick the painter, someone who had the misfortune of painting the sky while the phenomenon was passing. Driven mad by his creation, he has painted a myriad of other creatures into life, who now torment him. The first of which you'll find hiding in his fridge. The first of the creations who claims that Frederick is a liar. He is not the real Fred. After failing to convince you he is in fact the real Fred, he will crumble and ask you to kill all the others for him. Still, he does give you an interesting little bit of information. The real Fred's ring is red. Unfortunately for this Fred, my goal is simple. Save the real Fred. It's a close fight, but fraudulent Fred. Oh. The next Fred you're likely to encounter is Scared Fred. Scared Fred won't come out of the closet, terrified of being betrayed and harmed. With a heavy heart, you turn your blade to him, proving him right. Scared Fred falls and you're left feeling like a monster. Which, by the way, if you give him a cola before betraying him later, it absolutely makes you feel even worse, because he'll trust you and come outside on his own regard there, giving you information and friendship, and complaining about all the voices in his head. You are a monster. How far are you willing to go for real Fred? During your explorations, you'll find a mysterious hat on a table with just the smallest hint of green on it. Watch it long enough and you might see it twitch. Putting it on puts you under Hat Fred's sway, forcing you to kill every other Fred. Not putting this hat on infuriates the Fred, forces you into a fight. An easy, guiltless victory, except... yeah, there's 2 more of this bastard. Beating him twice over finally ends the encounter. As night had fallen, I took a brief break systematically murdering Freds to head home and rest. A valuable thing to do from time to time, especially spending a whole day cooking food and playing video games for the levels and meetings. My first encounter was with Helen, who scared the hell out of me and then joins the party readily in exchange for a place to stay. An absolutely towering hero of a woman. She's a welcome sight. The second encounter while I was mid-Myrmidon was a gun trader, whom I picked up some superfluous resources for later. After a set number of days, several more doors on your floor will open up, one of which will expose a fellow named Clint. His baby bit him after looking at the phenomenon, and his disease is spreading. Clint is beyond saving, but maybe someone else isn't. Unfortunately, almost everyone is too far gone. If you find the teddy bear in the bedroom before you go talk to Joel, You can throw it at him to calm him down long enough for a hug. His mother, father, sister, and brother are all too far gone. But at least you can keep him safe. Also, if you hate the sound of children crying, don't go into the fight with the baby. Anyway, back to systematically murdering the Freds. Tumor Fred's an easy kill, an abomination of agony and pain. He barely even bothers to fight back, put an end to his agonizing misery. He who bites Fred is a Fred who has an uncontrollable urge to bite, nibble, and crush you between his jaws. It's not really something he wants to do. Again, frustrated by the voices in his head from all the other Freds clamoring for attention, he reacts, and we react back, putting him down and ensuring he can never hurt anyone else. Close to Bites Fred is a biblically accurate Fred, radiant wings and presence demanding respect and obedience. There's no way you could possibly refuse such a deity. You have to go kill all the other Freds for this one, right? Nah, just call him out on his BS and he drops the act immediately. He offers you $400 to kill the other Freds. A tempting offer, but we're here to save the real Fred. It's time to commit deicide. There's not too much information on Shadow Fred, unfortunately. He comes out of the shadow and attacks you for daring to look upon his visage. Eliminate him and move on. White Fred is sad, a healer, a kind soul at heart. If you choose to rescue the White Fred and sacrifice every other Fred, he will send with you a little companion who will keep you safe along the way and heal your entire party up to full. Unfortunately, in this playthrough, I've decided to rescue the real Fred, but White Fred might be one of my favorites. Most of the Freds are gone at this point. We've eliminated all of them, good and evil, almost every painting filled. Just one more to go, and we have the key. Faceless Fred. Wait, the ring, it's red. This is the real Fred, the original creator, and the thing in the living room. Well, I think it's time to eliminate the final fake Fred. An insane boss fight awaits you. When you step up to fake Fred and you begin your attack, he slowly begins to mutate into... I accidentally beat this fight way too fast. Fuck you, phone. He's meant to admit he's fake and turn into a horrifying monster, which I have a clip of from my Twitch somewhere. Acid Flask and Turpentine OP, I guess? Acid Flask is an absolute nightmare against these things. If you're ever having any trouble, craft a couple of them. They one-hit most of these bosses. With real Fred rescued, his face returned, and all the duplicate paintings removed from existence, he promises in turn to duplicate one item for you. And, with the human rescued, you leave. The screams and cries of betrayed paintings haunting your step. Before you leave, grab the wet painting stained in blue. You'll need it for the endings. The painter's place is heartbreaking. Some of the Freds were easy enough to eliminate. Tumor Fred being in pain, Hat Fred being an ass. Fridge Fred was trying to trick you, and Fake Fred harmed the real Fred, but White Fred? All he wanted to do was heal you, look after you. Scared Fred? He just wanted a friend. Bitey Fred, he wanted to find a way to regain control, to hug and be hugged, love and be loved. Every Fred has their own reward if you choose them to live. Each valuable in their own right, but honestly, is it worth it? Is it right for you to become the judge and arbiter of these innocent creatures for the mere crime of existing? Rest in peace, White Fred, Scared Fred, and Bitey Fred. I'm sorry, but my XP bar had to grow. I mentioned several doors opening up on the upper floor. One of the ones I avoided earlier was a big open door with a very friendly, spelled out, help you. Going inside, this apartment seems empty. At least until you go into another room and the door opens for a second time behind you. A crumpled note tells you to turn off the light. and doing so reveals the creature in its ghastly glory. Edwin, one of the honorary members of the Astronomers' Union, had given in to temptation and looked at the phenomenon. With him eliminated, you can use his telescope to burn a negative image of the phenomenon onto the void disk, and in turn use Vincent's projector to burn that image onto the photo paper. Give that to your darling Lyle, so he can develop the photo for you. He'll be important later. Oh, and, of course, give him another kiss. Do not peek under the mask. In an unmarked apartment in floor 1, you'll encounter a baby. A mutated baby. Another unfortunate victim of the phenomenon. You'll have 3 options. Leave it, bring it with you, or kill it. You're not a monster. You can't kill a baby. Besides, it's cute. In a horrifying kind of way. Unfortunately, carrying a baby with you in this new twisted world is a dangerous idea. Room 13 has a face. A hungry face, and it demands you feed it the baby.
Feed me.
Obviously, if you're not a monster, you turn and walk away. There's no way in hell you'll give this thing your child. So you walk. And walk. And walk. There's no way out. The very room conspires to prevent your escape, and defeated, you return to the mouth.
Feed me.
I can't.
And stay here forever.
2 options left. Eat all my food instead. He rejects the very possibility. 1 option left. It's unthinkable. It's horrible. But for the sake of an innocent life, you cautiously slide your left hand into the hole. Inside the hole is warm and wet. A thick, slimy mucus covers every surface. The hole contracts as your arm wriggles deeper inside. You're now up to your elbow. You reach even deeper inside, up to your shoulder. The hole, the creature's throat, tightly clamps around your limb. The monster's blunt teeth clamp down on your arm, crushing your bones and tearing into your flesh. You convulse in absolute agony, howling as the creature shreds your arm until everything finally fades to black. When you wake up, you find the rat thing curled up beside you. It seems like it's grown very attached to you. The mouth widens for a moment before dry heaving. After several attempts to vomit something out, it finally retches out a round, shiny disc. It seems satisfied. The loss of your arm comes with a gain of a lifelong friend. And the Earth Disc. The Earth Disc that's mandatory for progression. The devs of this game are evil. Earth Disc in hand, you can use that to grab the Mars Disc, which in turn grants you access to the ground floor. Your first stop on the ground floor will be the laundromat, where you can smash a nasty worm and return to Jeanne with her laundry in hand.
So nice to see you, friend.
Please help me. They're out of control. I don't know what to do.
Come in. Help yourself. Make yourself comfortable.
Jeanne's infection from the phenomenon has grown out of control, and, bereft of all other options, she begs you to help her any way you can, even if that means destroying her main body, killing both her and the growths. You can take her advice and eliminate the body, thus destroying every head and her permanently, or you can be the hero Jeanne deserves and take out every head one at a time, leaving her grateful and indebted to you for your assistance. I'll be honest, I've never attacked Jeanne's main body. The thought never even crossed my mind. Hopefully she'll be okay, as long as she resists the urge to look outside again. Returning to the ground floor, you continue progressing down the hallway, only for an out-of-control bus to come careening through the wall, slamming onto its side and spilling out a multitude of corrupted monstrosities. Pick your fights carefully with them, and eliminate them. They drop some valuable items, and experience is never a waste of time. Dodging past the giant finger boss for now, you can find the stationary raft I was looking for, and the sun disk, pocketing both of them. The last thing to do on this floor before taking on the finger boss is to talk to Jasper, who will request that you give him 4 offerings toward the phenomenon, images and testimonies of the visitor that can be used to commune with it. As it stands, you have 2 already, the photograph and the painting. He also hints at the existence of a manuscript and provides you a key to a telescope room, both of which will be very important later. Jasper's perspective on the visitor seems different to the 2 prior astronomers, less one of worship and infatuation, and more one of desperation, searching for a meaning to all the madness. We will, of course, return with the rest of the items he needs. At this point, as the landlord's house is still locked, I opted to head home and rest for a day or 2. Relax and see what strange individuals would show up at the door seeking respite. Not too much happened on my day off. I learned a skill, invited Dan to creep into the house to help out in combat, and made friends with some roaches, which is normal, I swear. However, Mistress Time is a cruel one indeed, and she waits for no man. It's time to check on the landlord. The landlord is under attack. In your attempt to save his life, one of the monsters spawns in a hellish pile of wriggling afterbirth, some of which gets in his mouth.
If you're not one of them, then what's my name? You should know my name.
It's Mr. Henderson.
Guess you're not one of them after all. Now quit standing there and give me some antibiotics. In the bathroom, you dunce. Some of them crawled in my mouth. I'll get some kind of infection. I'll be fine, just get it quick. I don't have time for your lollygagging.
Yeah, this is surely going to be fine. We should go get him his antibiotics. Returning to the living room finds you confronted with a missing door and equally missing landlord. You won't have to look too far for him though, as he's currently sitting, waiting for you up top. Pay your rent. It's the least you could do after failing to save the old man, and once he moves, push on inside his nightmares. The landlord was a veteran of an unnamed war, a war that with his transformation from human to monster has infected his house, similar to the effect on the first floor. Each time you make your way back to the landlord to pay his increasingly exorbitant rent fees, since someone's been hit with tariffs, you find yourself descending into a newly realized and brutal war zone of hell, until, eventually, many loops later, you find yourself deep within enemy lines. Hostiles with weapons await around every corner. The few friendlies who remain have no clue why or how this war started. Politics, they say. You have but one goal now. Acquire the basement key, see if you can assist the landlord, and get the hell out of this PTSD-triggered nightmare. Was that a tank? It's a goddamn naked, mole-rat, multi-faced, many-handed, giant-clawed, shelled and armored tank! I love this design. Oh, and apparently, this is all that remains of the landlord. His mind, tortured and tormented by years of war and bloodshed, wrought bloody ruin upon the very home he tried to maintain, twisting the walls and floors to match the scarred and burned pathways of his own psyche. What happened to him was a tragedy. What we did, a mercy. Rest in peace, landlord. With the landlord eliminated, it's time for a quick break again. One more day to reconcile, craft, meet new people, and check on the various shops we've discovered along the way. Shops, I'm sure in time, you'll also discover when you check out this game for yourself. At least the hallways are safe now that we've cleared everything out, so it should be easy enough to get. It's never safe, is it? To avoid spoiling some of the cooler parts of the game, I'll simply introduce everyone in the smorgasbord that is my house. In the bedroom, we have the ever-present Sybil, a landmine named Betty, and a punk duo named Monte and Zarya, who showed up last night. In the living room, we, of course, have Dan, Clint, and Helen, all hanging out peacefully with our rat baby. However, we are now joined by little Sophie, a poor lost girl, and, this guy. Don't worry about this guy, just don't peek under the robe. Rafta's story is a very interesting one I've decided to omit from this little review because I want you to have something else to chase. Let's just say that I have experienced both sides of the coin now, once on Twitch and once during this recording session, and it is interesting.
It's in my eye! Get out!
Moving on, the basement holds many secrets, but our primary goal here is finding the remaining planetary discs and repairing the elevator. Accessing the boiler room through the basement, we find ourselves in a flooded, body-filled maze of passages, some of which wander around, seeking to inflict others with their pipe-laden ailments. Working our way around, eliminating the parasites that are drinking deep of the boiler room fuel, we stumble across a certain adorable little feller. A friendly little fellow who will drain you dry over and over. I attempted to get him to stop sucking on the furnace. I really did. Healing, draining. But as many a monster would be, he's simply insatiable. And in order to access the secret boss in this area, I eliminated him. I won't spoil the secret boss here, but it is worth it. You monster. Deeper in the watery pathways, you will stumble across a collection of delightfully friendly monsters, one of which, Musette, will provide you with vital information on where to progress next. To the south, toxic plant growth and fungi. In the north, a parking garage full of enemies. North it is. I feel like whacking some obviously evil looking enemies after the trauma of the friendly tick. Northwards of the monster enclave, we stumble across the final member of the Astronomers Union, Beryl, who gives us a hint for the last artifact we require. Security footage. Except, well, the only way to know what security footage is correct is to watch the tape, which we can't do due to something we'll need to figure out closer to the time. The parking garage is a cavalcade of colourful characters careening carelessly around. If you managed to defeat the secret boss earlier, then this should be a cakewalk for your experienced monster slayers. However, beyond the reach of the police and swamp monstrosities lies something even deadlier.
Hey, over here! Help!
To help him, we'll need to fix the elevators, which fortunately lay just beyond this room. Speed is of the essence. We were too late. The man's keys remain caught in the monster's teeth. We may not be able to rescue him, but we can certainly avenge him. Seems our lost friend was a janitor. Whether or not you can save him is up in the air, but if there's a way, I believe my audience will find it. For me, however, it's time to move on. With the elevator repaired, we now have access to many rooms and locations we didn't have before, as well as shortcuts to and from key floors. A wonderful situation that will assist us greatly in the long term. Floor 2 is our first stop, with the first door open leading to a mutated, insane typewriter, spewing forth a story about a many-headed hydra. Eliminating it provides you with a loose manuscript, and, with some light judicial searching, you'll find the second half of this incomplete description of the visitor. Acquiring both and piecing them together grants us the third offering for the phenomenon. One more remains. We are rapidly approaching the endgame now, so if you wish to rest or relax, now's the time. Video games, communicating with allies, letting your plant grow more, and exploring the various apartments and corners you've missed are all things I highly advise. For as much as I've covered in this review, I've left out a great many brilliant and fun mechanics, engagements, and people you'll adore. Us, however, it's time to visit the south end of the basement we'd skipped earlier. Seems as though the men Musette spotted heading south to check up on things have been infected by fungi, most likely some form of Codyceps, though you'll have to check out Roanoke Gaming's channel for more information on that sort of thing.
Alright, so I'm gonna say it. As gamers, it hasn't really been our year. Wretched abominations concerning TV adaptations have come out, and basically it's one of those situations where it's Hans get the Flammenwerfer.
Roderick was beyond saving, having been swallowed by the fungus. Fortunately, one survivor is at least salvageable from the entrance to this hell. Meet Philippe, or Moth for short. I've sent her back to the entrance to wait for us for now, with the promise that I'll save her family. I hope that's possible. The first among the family we can rescue is Sylvain, a children's card game enthusiast.
That's against the rules.
What are rules really, though?
An interesting question, asshole.
Danielle, unfortunately, has been subsumed by the fungus, with no sign of life remaining. You give her her last rites and move on. Jean-Pierre, wielder of the Mjolnir of mustaches, is next. Freed with a simple snap of his spory captor. He's an incredibly skilled blacksmith who we will touch base with later, once this fung hell has passed. Claire is also a simple rescue. A carpenter by trade, she offers to help expand on your apartment. She too, we will have to touch base with later. With the important characters freed, eliminate the source of this foul corruption. The Spore Mother. At this point in the game, your characters will be exuding pure, manly overpoweredness, so this boss should be a cakewalk. With her eliminated, it's time to meet up with Moth at the entrance. Moth is missing? No. Moth is dead. Fungi corpses lay strewn across the entrance floor, discarded puppets that vanished when the Spore Mother died. No apartment expansion for us. No superpowered weapons. No Moth. Philippe is an interesting character. Playing your cards right, it is in fact possible to save them and bring them into the fold. As this is my first time experiencing this section, unfortunately. For us, poor Philippe has returned to the fungal fold, and we depart empty-handed, barring the convenience store keys required for the final gift to the phenomenon. The convenience store is a conveniently simple affair, navigating through a maze of mundane materialistic items to acquire the blank VHS tape required to progress. We depart, leaving the corpse of a creepy finger waggler in our wake. Accessing the security room with a little bit of math, we find ourselves faced with a bit of a conundrum. In order to record the correct security footage, we must make sure the camera feed is looking outside. But if we were to look outside, even through the camera feed, it would corrupt us and end the game. The only thing that could possibly work is... I told you Cinnamon would come in useful. It's heartbreaking, it's difficult, it's horrifying, sitting there flipping through one channel after another, Cinnamon's innocent little eyes transfixed on the moving screen until... Correct tape in hand, it's done. We have all 4 offerings. It's time to talk to Jasper. With the offerings handed over to Jasper, he in turn provides us with the roof access key. We've been through a hell of an adventure, huh? We've seen monsters, men, humanity in the horrifying and terror in the mundane. With all 4 of the true offerings in hand, what do you think the ending will hold for us? Only one way to find out. Deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. What awaits us outside is a world ablaze, infested by monsters and creatures. These things have taken over. There's nothing out here. Nothing human. Nobody except us. Under the protection of the dark robes, we rendezvous with each of the 4 astronomers, verifying and identifying, ensuring that the offerings we have provided are in fact sufficient for communication. And then, we approach the ritual site, we set down our stuff, and we begin communion. You look up to the sky, all you see is thick, dark clouds above. Here we are! Finally! It's time we call out to the visitor. But it's overcast. I can hardly see him through these clouds. Will he see us? He has to. He watches from light years away. You don't really think some clouds can stop the visitor? Let's get this started then. Oh, mysterious visitor. We have brought a manuscript describing your form. We seek to chronicle you, commune with you, O strange voyager. We have brought a recording of you. We seek to document you, commune with you. Oh, great observer. We have brought a painting of you. We seek to see you, commune with you. O dark whisperer. We have brought a photograph of you. We seek to understand you, commune with you. Heed our call. We look upon you now without fear. We want you to do the same. Yes! His gaze is upon us! Blessed day! Joyful day! It is time! It is time! I feel it! We will ascend! In a brief moment of complete Complete. In a brief moment of complete, lucid insanity, as they ascend towards the heavens to become a conduit for the phenomenon, the visitor, our 4 astronomer friends, lose control and attack. Defending ourselves desperately, despairingly, we take it to the brink of death and they merge and become a whole, perfect 4.
We are so sorry, Masqueda. We didn't mean to attack you. We lost ourselves and attacked a friend. Shameful. Now listen very carefully. We can retain our sanity for but a moment. 10 seconds at most. We have slowed down our perception of time to make the most of it. You are in the eye of the storm, Masqueda. Human minds cannot inhabit such an absurd body they're coming apart. When we lose control again, it will be for good. Once this moment ends, we will obliterate you. You won't need to run away. You cannot defeat us. But before you go, ask us anything. This is humanity's last chance to understand what happened. Do not waste.
Out of all these options, only one rings true for Masqueda, our character. A question we've been asking everyone all game. One that needs an answer. Can I do anything for you?
What, like a cup of tea? That sounds nice. I think in a few moments, when our minds have been lost, I think we'll cause immeasurable harm. I don't want to die, but you will need to kill him. We won't fight back for as long as we're lucid. I can already feel it slipping. My mind. I don't think there's going to be time for that tea. Ask more questions. We don't have much time.
And with a heavy heart, Masqueda and his friends turn their blades to the group. The astronomers have become an eldritch god, and they threaten everything. We have to put them down.
You should not do this. Once we lose control, we will pulverize you. You need to go. Now, go! We're sorry, everyone. This is the end. Red eyes, burn. Blue eyes, grease. Thank you.
And with those final words from the eldritch astronomers, they are defeated and cast asunder. Gods unto their own right, torn apart by the hands of men. For their folly was that they thought they could ascend and control their powers, commune with the visitor. Instead, they became but a slave to their new form. And so, we're left in the void, with naught to do but to ascend and speak with the visitor ourselves.
What is this? Masqueda. This is you. Masqueda. What are these, Masqueda?
Observations of you.
Observations. I don't understand. What is this one, Masqueda?
An impression of you.
This is me.
Yes, recordings of you.
And is this me as well?
It's a story inspired by you.
About me? I don't understand.
We want to communicate with you.
You communicate with me. Are we different, Masquida?
I am human.
Yes, I understand now. You are you. I am I. We are separate. You are many. I am one.
You've hurt many of us.
I am hurting you. I understand. I am sorry. Should I go somewhere else?
When we look at you, we get hurt.
I break things when I look. When I understand. I should go. I have never seen anything like you. I have not thought before. This is also new. I should go.
Would you answer a question?
Yes. What is the question?
Where are you going?
A black, cold place with nothing. Far from here. I will not forget you. I will think about this for a long time. Before I go, do you want to see me?
Are you not the big eye?
Yes and no. How to say? This is not me. This is only an impression of me. I can show you the real me.
I want to see you.
I will show you.
You feel vertigo as a sense of sheer scale overtakes you. Your mind, for a moment, feels the immensity of this body. It seems there was a slight misunderstanding regarding what it means to truly see his form. This is no mere image. You feel this. You are given a glimpse of the visitor's proprioception, its own subjective experience of itself, of its own body. This was a mistake. A big mistake. The image shifts, the scale grows. There is more. Your mind shifts in response, absorbing the information. There is too much. You were already overwhelmed before, and the image has grown 100-fold. Your mind freezes at the edges. The image shifts again. The scale grows, there is more. Parts of your brain are wiped clean. Your understanding of language, your perception of time, memories of your childhood. Gone. Devoured by the ever-expanding idea that was planted there. The image shifts again. The scale grows. There is more. Most of your brain has been repurposed to experience it. Your mind still drinks. It cannot stop, no matter how full. The image shifts again. The scale grows. There is more. The visitor's image screams into your ears, fills your nose, blinds your eyes. Every nerve of your body feels it. The image shifts again. The scale grows. There is more. Every engram melts at the visitor's revelation. Synapses form and reform to accommodate overwhelming knowledge. Less than 1/100th of a second has passed. Your brain cells implode, their molecules reforming into something new and unfathomable. The true death toll can never be known, but nearly all of humanity is wiped out in just a few months. The visitor left behind a terrible beast. its countless limbs tipped by sucking mouths devour people by the dozens. With every victim devoured, the beast grows larger, their bodies assimilated, limbs lined with teeth. Within a few years, it has spread its immense form over the entire world. Its titanic body curls around every city, uprooting trees, toppling buildings. There are signs it may be intelligent, and some have tried communicating with it. To disastrous results. Soon its maws become as common as trees. No one is safe. It will find you and eat you. Repurpose you. The creature has the entire world in its grasp. It chokes the life from civilization, and soon, it is all gone. The few survivors hiding in caves and ruins are snatched away one by one, their limbs crawling into the earth like millions of roots. The world would never recover. And the creature, it feels nothing. Its mind is blank. The end. Perfect ritual. As a treat, I will show you guys one more ending. There are a multitude of endings to this game. These two are merely the two options from the path that I took. The second option is obviously, of course, the right option. Denying the right to see the true visage of the visitor. You spend more time in the visitor's awesome presence until it finally departs. You're unsure of how much time has passed. Seconds, minutes, hours, days. As you drift back down to Earth, you feel as though you've been in a daze. You slowly realize just how much your interaction with the visitor has changed you. Suspended in the void as you were, you had no idea you'd grown to such an immense size. You gradually become aware of dozens, no, hundreds of enormous new limbs stretching in all directions. Fear begins to set in. Every limb branches into dozens more, then branch again into long, flexible fingers. Fear turns to panic. There's too much happening all at once. Every enormous fingertip pulses with strange new senses, like 1,000 little antennae capturing unfamiliar signals. You feel their skin ripple like water. There is movement under the surface. Thousands of openings yawn open at the tips of your tree trunk like Thousands of openings yawn open at the tips of your tree trunk like fingers. Inch-thick tongues unfurl out of every crease and fold. You must have thousands of these tongues, each like a little worm covered in sensitive, fleshy bristles. Hang on, not bristles. You can see out of these. 1 trillion pinpricks of light. Eye stalks covered in sensory cilia. This is too much. You can't keep track of all this. No. They're not just eye stalks. They have mouths too? Noses, tongues, hands. Why? Your mind is a tiny ship in the middle of an unfathomable ocean. Your sails battered by the tempests of sensation. You take a deep breath, inhaling from a cluster of holes where your face used to be. Out of habit, you suppose. A deafening whistle erupts from all around you as you exhale through 8 billion spiracles dotting your colossal form. You feel as though the entire world heard you exhale. You take another breath, and another. The storm has abated. Somehow, miraculously, the ship remains afloat. It will take a very long time for you to get used to this grotesque new body, but at least for now, your sanity remains miraculously intact. The true death toll can never be known, but nearly 1/4 of humanity is wiped out in half a month. You use your considerable new powers to help your fellow humans however you can. You become quite adept at performing hundreds of tasks simultaneously. Others hesitate to trust such a grotesque creature at first, but your reliable help quickly extinguishes their misgivings. Rescuing hundreds from collapsing ruins and helping in reconstruction, you become a beacon of hope in this strange new world. Every day your farm grows, despite not needing any sustenance, and you quickly put your new gargantuan limbs to work. Within a few years, you become known as the Protector of Earth. With your tectonic body having spread over the entire world, you have a hand in the reconstruction of almost every city on the globe. City governors petition you to grow in their direction, to help in their repairs, and you receive dozens of honorary citizenships. Some part of your body is always attending some kind of ceremony somewhere, cutting a ribbon with novelty pair of giant scissors. You also have a very different perspective on the world now that you're everywhere. Your limbs become as common as trees. Thousands have one-sided conversations with some part of you every day, talking to the clump of mosquito limbs in their backyard, confiding in you like you were an old friend. You hand out handshakes or hugs when needed, but mostly just listen. The earth feels small. Its people feel familiar. The way you embrace it with your countless limbs, it almost feels like you're holding it in your hand. As different as you've become from them, these are your people, your friends, and you will do anything for them. It only takes a few years for the world to fully recover from its encounter with the visitor. You did not do everything yourself, but you are certainly a big help. You are surrounded by friends. It feels good. You are very happy. The end. Look Outside was a fascinating experience for me. As someone who's never really considered playing anything along the lines of an RPG Maker style game, because they've never really tickled my fancy, the concept drew me in, the gameplay enthralled me, and the ending engrossed me. While naturally there were quality shifts throughout the game, as to be expected with any solo development project, and I do personally feel like the end may have been ever so slightly rushed. That's simply the nature of game development, especially when you're working on a solo project for so long. There's a lot in this game, especially in the mid-game, that I didn't show you, I didn't reveal. Shops, hidden secrets, collectibles, and bosses. Things that, if you pick up this game for yourself, I know you will absolutely adore. The art is phenomenal. The music, from what little pieces you've heard here, is incredible. The people who worked on this game worked on it with a passion and a heart that I wish I would see more of in other projects. Francis Colombe, you've done an incredible job. And this game, being almost only $10, maybe $12, depending on tariffs right now, thank you fucking, is worth it. It's worth it. It's worth the time you'll put into it. I personally have 18 hours of playtime in this game, and that's over the course of only 1.5 runs. And I didn't explore everything. I have only seen 2 of the, I think, over 6 endings. Please, if you enjoyed this video, go check the game out for yourself. Leave a review. Say hello to the developer. And thank you for watching. On a more personal note, I think at this point in my channel's history, I have accepted that I am a failed content creator. I have tried many different experiments over the past few months, and none of them have really filled me with much joy or fulfillment, and none of them have shown any sign of improving the state of the channel. That's simply the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. It's not something I can affect, it's not something I can influence. However, because I've decided that submitting myself to 5 to 10 hours of work a day just to receive like nothing in return is kind of not great for my future mental health prospects. Instead, I think I'm going to retire from content creation like that. Anytime a game grabs me or grips me, anytime something enthralls me and engrosses me like this game did, I'll make a video like this. Now, arguably, the amount of work that went into this is far more than any other project I've ever done on the channel. This was a week-long project for me. But I'm proud of it, except for the weird voice in the middle. Sorry about that, I was very ill, as it happens. But for the rest of it, I'm proud of it. I like the way the story unfolded, I like writing, I like engaging with gameplay mechanics, I like the discovery, and I like reviewing projects that I truly, truly, truly believe deserve more reach and exposure. So this will be the future of IcyCaress. One relegated to the back alleys of YouTube, dribbling out content now and then, which will hopefully be high quality, to give you guys something lovely to watch. And I hope you enjoy it, because as much as YouTube has been up and down for me ever since the split, I do love the creative outlet, and I do so love people telling me I'm doing a good job. Thank you all so much for watching. You have been a phenomenal audience. Check out Look Outsides in the description. And I will see you next time. Potentially for something more cyberpunky, dark, and intriguing. I'll see you then.